Alright, it's a different video. Uh, this is dedicated to KingCobraJFS. RIP. I got some bad news today. You know, he passed away. It's a shame, and I don't mean this ironically. I actually mean it's seriously fucked up. And he was a good guy, and he definitely didn't deserve to die the way he did. And I sincerely mean rest in peace. But I'm going to be doing a drink combo, you know, in commemoration of Josh, because that was his thing, you know, his drink combos. So this one's going to be called the Boglum Burial Brew. So we're just going to put the ingredients up here. And we got some Miller High Life. Got some Monster Beast. I'm also wearing a bunch of rings, you know, to kind of be like a gothic kind of guy, in similar style of him. And I think we're just gonna brew these up, you know. Just gonna mix these up. So let's get to it. I'm gonna start off with the Miller High Life. I think that's a good. Oh, it's fucking spilling. It's spilling everywhere. It's real heady. It's real heady right now. Maybe it's because it got hot or something. Oh, by the way, you can see the mug. It's a skull mug. It's a badass skull mug. This ring is an eyeball. Gothic badass ring. Okay, we gotta wait for that to get the suds down, I guess. We got it about halfway. I might have to drink some of it. It looks a little more than halfway. Oh. And then the food. We also have food here as well. Let me show that camera. We've got tornadoes from the gas station. As you can see, I've already started eating them. These are the buffalo ranch. And then this is the, I don't know, this has like cheese in it though. So that's going to be our meal to go with the beer. The drink combo. Let's get that back on camera. Pretty good. Alright, just gonna take a sip of this real quick. Yeah, it's a beer. Kind of pull it back for you. Alright, now we're putting Monster Beast. Monster Beast is going in. Like I said, this is called the Boglum's Burial Brew. Let's put a little more. Call it triple B if you want. Let's get it to focus. Oh, I'm fucking dropping him. I'm dropping him. That was a close one, guys. I almost dropped the tornadoes. Okay, let's get that to focus. Come on, focus. Focus. There you go. You see, like, there's like a little bit of cheese or something. Sauce. It's pretty good. I can't wait to try this drink combo. You know, I guess I can talk a little bit about when I first started watching King Cobra, aka Joshua Saunders. That's his actual name. I was a big Sam Hyde and $1 Million Extreme fan. And there's a guy who was associated with Sam. And he had a YouTube channel called Trapped with 3 P's. And there was some kind of video that MDE did where they did a shout out to him and were basically like, hey, subscribe to this channel, etc. So I did. And they had Ham Pow on there, which were these 2 really weird brothers that were twins. But they also had Gothic King Cobra. That was the name of the documentary. And I watched it. And, you know, I think I was like fresh out of high school or something. It was a long time ago. And he just really perplexed me. It kind of reminded me, there's a movie called Gummo. It kind of reminded me of Gummo a bit, where it's just like it's delving into the life of somebody that you would never know about ever. Like you would never find out about this person unless this was made. And while I didn't think anything of it for a couple years, I watched it. I thought it was interesting. I thought he was an interesting guy, you know. Kind of reminded me of a lot of the friends I've had growing up. And yeah, a few years later on from that, I saw that he had a YouTube channel. So I began checking it out, and at this time, there was nobody was really watching him. There was a few people that would mess with him and kind of troll him, but that was about it. Nobody really watched him. And then I remember a lot of these lolcow YouTube channels, you know, the ones where they go over lolcows or just weird things in the internet, they started putting him under the light. They started making videos about him. And that's pretty much when it was kind of over. It was kind of over at that moment. You know, the people started flooding him and trolling him all the time and fucking with him, and it was just ridiculous. Because at first, people didn't really mess with him in like a facetious way. They were just kind of picking on him a bit, but they weren't actually trying to fuck with him and mess his life up. But then it started changing, and it pretty much just went downhill from there. And I stayed tuned in for all the sagas, you know, the Homeboy Scotty, you know, all that. Basically from the beginning, I was tuned in. The doll, you know, the ventriloquist doll he had when he started doing that. I mean, I've been around for all of that. When he got the police called for carrying around, like, I think it was a cane or something. Yep, I mean, all that shit. I'll smoke you till you're dead, you know. That was more recent, I guess. That was in like the past 4 years or whatever, but I've been tuned in. You know, I've never commented on any of his live streams. I've never tried to be a dick. I've kind of just watched, you know. I think maybe there's a few times I've commented like that's pretty cool, whatever. Like, you know, just basic stuff, and he's probably not even, I don't even think he's ever replied to anything I've ever said. But it's kind of sickening in a way to watch somebody decline like that and have it be publicized on the internet, and have nobody out there try to and I don't know if this is necessarily true, but this is the way it looks like to me. Nobody that was in direct contact with him tried to ever help him out, even though everything that he was doing, like, it was very, very obvious. It was obvious to strangers on the fucking internet. But to, like, even his own family, they just kind of didn't know it was happening. I don't know. It's crazy. But his health was declining. His mental health, everything is just getting worse and worse. Hardcore drinking, you know. I mean, His diet was shit. He didn't eat any real food. It was all fast food, DoorDash kind of stuff. Yeah, man. And it's a damn shame to see him go because he actually was pretty. With all things aside, I actually have thought numerous times if I ever got the opportunity to go hang out with him, I would, and I'd probably have a good time. You know, because he was not a bad guy. He was funny. He was like an. I would imagine he would say some really funny shit, and we would have a good time. You know, get some drinks, of course. That kind of comes with it, but you know. So this is an ode to the boy. You know, it's got some weird shit going on. I don't really know what to do about that. I'm just gonna mix it up with my middle finger, like a goth badass. You know what I mean? Goth badass. It tastes interesting, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it the first chug. Okay, it's actually good. That's gonna sound fucking crazy, but it's actually mad good. It tastes like a cider. It tastes like apple cider. It's a good drink. Good drink combo. Good drink combo. The Boglum Burial Brew is mad good. R.I.P. I guess I'm gonna just keep this video rolling until I get done with the brew and done with these tornadoes right here. So I'm gonna be taking a fat deuce after this. I'm not a big guy. This is a big guy meal. I guess I could also comment on some really funny moments. Just some hilarious moments I remember from King Cobra. Like the the time he dyed his hair before he went in for an interview. Or it was like he had to go to work or something and he dyed his hair. His whole fucking like face, the top of his head and his whole face were like purple. And all I could think was like I would imagine, like I can imagine my friend doing that. I have a friend that's very similar to King Cobra. I'm like, dude, I could totally imagine my friend doing that. And like not saying anything either. Like he wouldn't tell me he was gonna do it. He would just do it. And then he would show up. He would like, I would see him and his fucking face would be purple or something. I would have to be the one to tell him like, hey man, your face is purple. You're looking mad crazy. But yeah, that was really funny. I know this is kind of a hard time for him, but when he was dealing with Warlord, the Warlord saga was very funny. Where he was just so uncomfortable because Warlord was such a freak. You know, he was just like, dude. That was funny. I've always liked where he just falls asleep. Those are so funny. Like he'll just fucking fall asleep because he's so drunk. That's funny. Oh, the time he looked like a fucking Neanderthal. And he had dyed, I think he tried dyeing his scalp. Like his scalp was black as well as his hair. And it looked like he actually had normal hair. Because his scalp was pitch black. And he had like black eyebrows. It looked fucking crazy. Yeah, that one was cool. That was a cool saga. He looked like a caveman, kind of. like a Neanderthal look, and it looked better. It actually fit him. It worked for him, you know. What's some other funny moments? I'll smoke you till you're dead. The times where he would try to get a certain riff down, and he would mess it up, like when he was doing was it it was like the anthem. It was like the Star Spangled Banner or something. And he kept fucking it up. He flipped out. He had a rage montage. That was good. That was really funny. I mean, I guess you can just talk about like the wholesome moments, you know, he's had, where he had his pet lizard. I forget its name. I know, I'm not a real fan. I don't remember the lizard's name, but yeah, those were always funny. Him just going on various rants that don't make any sense. And then him saying, that's the thing of it. That's the thing of it. That's the thing of it. If we let these sickos keep doing it, they're just going to make it normal. And that's the thing of it, too. Yeah, this is actually a very good drink combo. I'm going to start doing this a lot. I'm kind of Cobra coated. I'm kind of Cobra coated. You know, I'm also an autismo. So that's pretty good timing. So the second I was talking about being an autismo, my storage space crapped out on me. I ran out of storage space. There you go, classic autismo moment. Had to delete a couple videos that I've already uploaded. Tornado Modi. Some good shit. Yeah. I felt this video was necessary to make. I know it's going to be ass to watch. You're not going to want to watch this. In the background, I'm going to put some of his music, so you'll be listening to that the whole time. And he actually had, he was one of these types of people where he was extremely tone deaf, and he didn't really understand music theory or anything like that. But what's funny is I'm the same way, and who gives a fuck, you know, just make whatever you want. He made some stuff that was really funny, and it really embodied who he was, which I think is important. It's like it was the ultimate form of self-expression, because he was just, that was him. That was his thoughts going into the music, even if he didn't know how to make it, you know, make it sound good or whatever. It was just him, man. There's no telling how long this video will be. Probably like 30 minutes. Eat your fucking tornadoes already. Hey, I'm trying to eat them right now. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Not gonna lie, these are pretty good. I'm definitely gonna be shitting out a fucking log later, but they're mad tasty. Okay, my white guy moment of the day. They should make a healthy version of these. No, I'm kidding. They shouldn't. The unhealthy version is fine. Stick with that. You guys can probably see some funny stuff back there. You can see that right there. That's a disgusting pillow that was on my bed. I had to take it off because look at it, it's fucking yellow. It's gross. And then behind there, you probably can't see it, there's a skull. There's a human skull that it's a bowl. It's not a real human skull though. And there's clothes hampers, and then a pile of blankets and a backpack. And then that's my bed with a blanket and pillow right there. And of course you have the table with biohazard symbol, neon green shit, which is custom done. This table was from like Goodwill, I think. I think I got it for $3. So it's a pretty nice table. You know, it does. Look at this. Look at this. The framing. I mean, it's a little fucked up because my nieces and nephews, you know, destroyed it when it was in the living room, but it is what it is. I'm gonna be kind of fucked up after drinking this. Holy moly. Ooh. I'm gonna go full Cobra mode after drinking this. I'm gonna get fucking... I'm gonna get the cool S tattooed on my arm. That always tripped me out, his tattoos. You know, my, the girl I'm kind of with right now, if you want to call it that, she has a lot of tattoos. I don't have any. I'll go ahead and show you. I have none, you know. No tattoos. I'm not a tattoo guy, but she has a bunch of them, and she has a bunch of snake tattoos. And she's also autistic, so I think maybe there's some link to there's a link from being from snakes to being autistic. There's some link there. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely a connection. I've always thought snakes are cool too, like cobras. Yeah, I mean, I remember my RuneScape name was Cobra. I think it was King Cobra something. That was my RuneScape name back in the day, so, you know. There's something cool about snakes that autistic people acknowledge. Yeah. He definitely acknowledged it, although he had like his own made religion and whatnot, which is kind of sick. I thought about doing that. So we got one tornado left. Then we've got the whole beer. Good job. Good job. Hit it. Good job. It's just down to the teeth. But I guess I'll slam that and then I'll finish the rest of the beer. Like there's a whole... This is like a full can still. It's like a full can. And then this is halfway done, so I have like a whole other brew. And in the process, I'm going to become really fucking drunk. But in the spirit of KingCobraJFS, of Joshua Saunders, rest in peace. He is a legend. You know, I have to finish this. I have to go ahead and slam this, by the way. Gotta slam this, so it's getting slammed right now. Holy moly. Fuck, dude. Ooh, that was rough. But yeah, that's it. That's all I can do. R.I.P. You know, he'll forever be a legend when it comes to YouTube and when it comes to media. I don't want to group him in with lolcows. I don't think he was. He shouldn't. He should have never been a lolcow. He should have been something greater than that. You know, he was actually funny. He had a charm to him, even though he was mad autistic. You know, that shouldn't be the thing that cuts people out of being a normal person, is being autistic. And you know, I think he was, for the most part, really almost entirely, he was a good person. I really would say that he. I remember seeing people talk about this. They were like, he's a lolcow, but he's never done anything that's actually been bad or like you know, repulsive or anything. I'm like, yeah, it's because he was a good person. The only things he ever did were you know, self-destructive or just like gross in the terms of him eating gross food or stuff like that. But he never hurt what was out to hurt anybody, was out to defame anybody. He always thought of everybody, you know, outside of himself before he thought of himself, you know, which means a lot, you know. So, like I said, RIP, and I fucking mean it, you know. Legend.